20 minutes where we don't talk, something could have happened.
Had the wonderful interview.
Yes.
Very
so
good.
what is the quote of the day? What is the quote? What would you like to share?
Today's quote is, inaction breeds doubt and fear.
Mm-hmm.
Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit at home and think about it. Get out and get busy.
Wow. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit at home and think about it. Get out and get busy. All right, read that to us one more time.
Inaction breeds doubt and fear.
Mm-hmm.
Action breeds confidence and courage.
Confidence and courage. Action
if you want
breeds
to
confidence
conquer
and
the
courage.
fear, do not sit at home and think about it. Go out and get busy.
All right.
And that actually kind of goes with our guest today.
Yes, he went out, he got busy, started a brand.
Mm-hmm.
Now promoting
it's building.
Now it's building. Hope to get it in store soon. We hope to hear more things from him, more positive things, and we love talking about entrepreneurship here on Live in the D with Mr.BB. You know, that's one of our favorite topics, as well as health and wellness. All right, we are back. You are still Live in the D with Mr.BB, and we have a treat for you today. We have two guests. Our next guest is Miss Francine L. Houston. Miss Francine Houston, author of Lupus Journey, and she's here to talk to us about her book and her lupus journey and whatever else she wants to talk to us about right here, right now on Live in the D with Mr.BB. Good morning, Miss Francine.
Good morning.
Good morning. So tell us a little bit about your book, Lupus Journey.
Lupus Journey. I wrote this book. I told you I got diagnosed in high school, so that's the first chapter about dealing with it in high school. My introduction talks about like how my family came about, my grandparents, my mom, how my mom and my dad met, and then I guess like I take you into how, I was just a teenager going to school, and I started waking up having odd symptoms,
right.
Like my hair falling out of my pillow, waking up with stomach cramps, and I'm like losing weight here and there, and I'm like, okay, what is this? And then I woke up and I was supposed to go to Washington D.C. For close-up for the government stuff, and I woke up with a butterfly rash, and I was like, everybody was like, you shouldn't go to Washington. And I was like, I'm gonna still go. I didn't know what it was. I was like, I'll still go. So I went. I think it was like in April. I went, and I got sick on the plane. I had one of my cousins, Edward Talbert, with me, and he was just like, he didn't know what was going on with me either. And some other friends that I went to, high school with, and they just gave me like this cream to put on my face and stuff. And they was like, you need to go back and find out what it is. And that's when I went to a dermatologist, and they said, hey, it's lupus. And I was like, what is that? And that's when I had to start doing my research and find out it was a autoimmune disease. It can attack any organ in your body, and how I just thought, like, can it go away? Can it like leave? And they were just like, well, you can go in remission, because it's like it's like your body fighting against itself. So right. It's like you kind of conquer self in a way. It's kind of like, yeah.
Okay. So how with you going through lupus and your journey, of course, how did you feel the need? Why did you feel the need? What do you think the need was for you to write about your story and what you were going through?
I wanted to, like, when I was in college, I joined a poetry group, and we started expressing ourselves, and that was the only way for me to deal with the issue. Like, it was very stressful for me to deal with, and I started joining that. I have a sister that writes poetry as well, and I wrote my first poem, "Funny How Things Change," and that's after a while I read it to my mother and stuff, and she was like, you should write a book about this. And I was like, what? I was only like 18 or 19. She was like, this could help somebody else. And I didn't really think what I went through could help somebody else. Right. But I started writing on it. It took a while. It took me some years, because it's like the poetry came first. So I just started writing poems after poems. And then, eventually somebody came up to me and they said they wanted Funny How Things Change to be turned into an actual book. And that's when I realized, I'm like, I'm a poet. I don't write books. So I had to really start looking at how to write a book, because that's not what I did, right. So it started coming about, like it started piecing together, like, okay, make it like chronological not like a timeline, but tell parts of your family story. Tell, I started telling about like my journey, like what I went through, like how I felt about certain things and stuff. So it's more like it's really personal.
Okay, so it's a personal story.
Yeah.
And you got into it after being a poet and writing poems for so long. So what was your hope that others will get out of it? As you say, your mom said others need to hear about it and you need to tell your story. What is the hope that you help?
Well, I was talking to someone yesterday that was dealing with lupus, and she told me I was very strong, and I never looked at myself like, what? I never had that compliment, but it made her know that she can keep on going. Like, I talk to people a lot that deal with not just lupus, but autoimmune diseases. And I wanted this book to like inspire and encourage people, because after a while I talked to some people have been dying from it. Like, they get diagnosed and then they don't know what to do, and then it'd be like 2 or 3 years later they gone. And I'm like, I didn't want that to happen to anybody else. I'm like, maybe this book could inform them. It'd be more informational as well.
Right. So how, and you said, and it's unfortunate people actually pass away from this disease, but what are some common misconceptions of lupus?
It mimics other diseases, so you wouldn't think it's lupus. Like, some people get misdiagnosed. Like, my sister was in the hospital and they thought she had lupus, so they started making her take prednisone, and she was like, I don't have lupus, it's not it. So it can be misdiagnosed. Or like, for years I had this lady, this Puerto Rican lady, she did my nails a couple of years ago, and she was like, for years I did not know what was wrong with me. And she was like, I was in Mexico, and she said when she got to the States, or somehow they found out it was lupus. So for all these years, she'd been taking all these different medicines, and she didn't know what was wrong with her. So the misconception is it mimic other diseases. So you would think you have something else, but it actually could be lupus.
I see. So misdiagnosis is one of the most common ways that affects misconceptions about it.
Yeah.
So how have you yourself not only embraced your ailment, of course, with the writing the book, but other ways that you've embraced and even overcome it?
I embraced it because I had to accept this was something that I was gonna have to deal with. I mean, I try to make sure I can conquer it. Like, I don't let it just like take me over. Like, I can't get out of bed, I can't do anything because I'm sick, you know what I'm saying? So I try to be like, I'm going past this. I'm not letting this get to me. This may be something I'm going through right now, but I'm not letting it like take over my life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing to do. So tell us, how can we purchase the book?
Oh, you can go to FrancineHouston.com, or you can go on Amazon and you can purchase it there.
All right, and how can we keep in touch and keep up with you yourself?
Oh, well, I'm on Facebook as Francine Lakeisha Houston. I got an Instagram. My Instagram is my clothing line, FH Designs, but I sometimes post stuff on there about lupus. And I have an email address at FrancineHouston.com.
All right.
Yeah, so those are some ways you can keep in touch.
So on top of the book, you also have a clothing line?
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about that. No mind.
Oh, well, I started that like in 2012. I don't know. I was trying to. It started in the oddest way. I was interning for E. Rowland's group, and I was just trying to be a graphic designer. I wasn't trying to be in the spotlight. Somehow somebody told her that I did clothes. And she was like, yeah, we should work on your clothing line too. And I'm like, that's not what I didn't come here for that. Like, I was running, like, no, this is not. And she was like, yeah, you should call it Francine Houston Designs. And I was like, let's make it FH. I was kind of trying to be distinct about it, but it ended up, I started out being business casual.
Okay.
So, because it's like what I was doing, sometimes I always had to wear business clothes doing that stuff. And I was just like, okay, well, I'll make clothes to go with what I'm doing. So it started off being business casual. I mean, I started doing like T-shirts and casual wear eventually, but that's how it started. I mean, now I'm branching off, and like if I collaborate with other people, like someone wants me to. Our theme is urban streetwear, so now I gotta branch from business casual to urban streetwear now.
which is like hoodies and jackets and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us what's the name of your site? We can pick
That one is Francine. No, the FH Designs is f-h-designs.com. Well, it's a dash between the f-h designs.com.
f-h-designs.com. And that's how we can get some of your clothing lines. And then for the book, the website is
FrancineHouston.com.
FrancineHouston.com.
Yeah.
Sweet. So you have a lot going on. And let's kind of double back and maybe we'll talk more about the clothing line. What are some invaluable resources that you found for dealing with lupus?
Resources? I'm part of Lupus Detroit with Sharon Harris.
Mm-hmm.
And every now and then I go to support group and I talk to people.
Okay.
After the book came out, I started talking to other people, and they start having banquets about it. And I've been, trying to. I do a lot of collaborations too, but I just try to start talking to people. Started being more in the community, and try to be more involved with lupus. Well, now I really need to be involved with Lupus Detroit. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have, with the clothing line, the book, Lupus Detroit, and anything else you want to share? Do you have any upcoming events?
July the 14th, I am doing a show with Kayla Wilburn. She does Fashion Against Violence. It's called Fashion Frenzy. And I'm doing, that's with the support group. I'm doing an event with Lupus Detroit on the 28th.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's July 14th, Fashion Frenzy with Kayla Wilburn. We look forward to seeing and hearing more from you. And is there actually anything else you'd like to share with us?
I also have a media company.
I
don't want to bring it.
You got a lot going on.
Hey, I got to stay busy. Keep my mind off of being sick.
Of course, that's the way to do it, because I actually have an autoimmune disorder, too. It's with my liver disease,
wow.
So of course, so I'm dealing with that. I didn't have to think about it, but I'm just gonna bring it up since we're talking about because I also have sickle cell, so can't confuse the two. But then they kind of clash because the sickle cell affects the liver, and the liver, of course, produces and it affects the sickle cell. So, and of course, with the medications, a lot of medications, you notice I don't know, I'm not about to spit percentages. But some medications are inflammatory, so they inflame the bones and the organs and whatnot. And I can't have that for my cells. And a lot of other medications affect your liver, so I can't have too many of them. So I understand the importance of being busy. So you won't think about being sick, Miss Kadira. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mr.BB.
All right. Well, we thank you, Miss Francine, for coming on with us. Again, go check her out at your website. Wow, got a lot of stuff going on here. At s-jdesigns.com and francinehouston.com. Did I get all that right?
Yeah, you said Francine Houston.
FrancineHouston.com?
Yep, Francine Houston.
To check out the book and f-j designs. FHdesigns.com to check out her clothing line, and we look forward to. I'm actually going to check that out as soon as the show ends, because I might need some clothes. You do men's clothes too?
Yeah, I need to put more pictures of men's clothes because I just got them on Instagram.
Okay.
I made like a vest for my brothers. Well, brothers, I made something for them.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to check those out. I need some vests and some shirts and all types of stuff. So we're gonna check you out, and we look forward to hearing more from you. Go to the Fashion Frenzy on July 14th. The Wilburn Fashion Frenzy.
Yeah, Kayla Wilburn.
All right, Kayla Wilburn Fashion Frenzy, and unfortunately, we're gonna take a break, and then when we come back, the Quad Squad is gonna give their final thoughts for today. But we thank you. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. We want to thank Miss Francine Houston for coming on again. Go check out her book, Lupus Journey. I did not ask her where to purchase it, but I'm sure you can purchase it on her website, absolutely, francinehouston.com, as well as search for it on Amazon. Yes, thank you. And unfortunately, that is all the time we have today, so we thank you for joining us. We thank you for tuning in to Live in the D with Mr.BB. And we'll be back next week. But before we go, the Quad Squad will say their final thoughts. So we're going to start with Mr. Abdul.
See you next Thursday. And don't forget to work out and do your 30-day challenge.
All right.